Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Streaming December 12th on Peacock. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie are back
That's hot. Loves it.
for a show-stopping reunion that will prove putting on an opera is anything but simple.
We're really good at this.
One thing's for sure, they won't be upstaged.
Good to have you back. Come on, we've got a show to do.
Paris and Nicole, The Encore, a 3-part reunion special, streaming December 12th, only on Peacock.
Let's hang out. Let's hang out. And let's talk about what lesbians about. Let's hang out. And let's listen to 2 lesbians shout. Let's hang out. Let's hang out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Hang Out. I'm Ellie Brigida.
And I'm Lee Holmes Foster, and here's what's happening this week.
This week in the Lesdom.
This Week in the Lesdom is a place where we can touch base each episode about things going on with the podcast or otherwise. And we just want to let you all know that we have Zoom karaoke coming up on November 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we even have Jasmine Savoy Brown from our cast who's going to hang out with us.
You can come hang out, help us raise some money to make this musical, meet, some of our castmates and all of us. It's going to be a grand old time. You do not want to miss it. Also, we are still having a crowdfunding campaign for that musical. So if you're, a fan of Broadway, a fan of musicals, a fan of queer stories, head on over to bit.ly/theflamethemusical and you can help us make it a reality.
We only have 2 more weeks for our campaign, so the crunch is on. If you've been waiting to donate, please, please, please join us at bit.ly/theflamethemusical this week. In the greater Les universe, I want to talk about a story that came out about a lesbian sheriff who was fired for being a lesbian and then ran for the office of sheriff and won. So I feel like this is a very real life Officer Hot story, and I'm here for it.
Yes, I love it. She hit her head and woke up in patriarchal bullshit land and decided, you know what? Not on my watch. What an icon.
I love it so much. Also, Jägermeister has partnered with the Lesbian Bar Project to help keep the 15 lesbian bars that we still have in the US open during COVID. So I got to get a Jaeger bomb. I got to get my Boston out, get some Jaeger.
Oh, wow. I am so glad that is immortalized.
You're welcome.
On a recording for all of us forever.
I can do a good Boston accent. I just have to mimic my...
Oh, it's not just the Boston accent, it's everything. All of it all wrapped up in one was just a thing of beauty.
You're welcome. Gonna get a Jaeger bomb shot in honor of all of the lesbian bars. So let's all drink some Jaeger this week.
That's what's happening this week. Back to you, Ellie and Lee.
Thanks, Ellie and Lee, and welcome to our 54th installment of Should Have Been Gay.
It was fun, it was great, but it should have been a little more gay.
And in this week's episode, da-na-na-na-na, whip it.
I was trying to make a whip sound. I don't know if it
I
worked.
like it.
So today we're talking about Whip It, and we're also joined by Should Have Been Gay experts, Kate and Anissa, 2 gay friends, to clarify, who make funny TikToks about gay things at Could Be Gayerrr. And I'm obsessed with their TikToks, so I reached out and was like, we need you on the show. We need all your gay energy. So I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's beautiful. I love your TikToks. Literally are like this series, but done on TikToks with videos and with the 2 of you, and they're great. We just love them.
I was saying before too, if any of you out there have not checked out their TikToks, you need to. But my favorite series is the one where you green screen yourself into gay movies. What was one of your favorite ones that you did for that series?
I think like my favorite one was the one we did for Booksmart because filming that was just fun.
Yes.
There's so many outtakes from that one where like I get water spilt on me. It's hot. It's I don't know. It's just really fun. Just filming any of those videos. Actually,
I love it. Where are you guys filming these TikToks?
Our apartments. Yeah, just basically wherever we can find space.
I love it. They're so great, and we just had to have them on to come hang out. So let's jump in and talk about Whip It.
The IMDb synopsis for anybody who is not familiar with Whip It is, in Bodine, Texas, an indie rock-loving misfit finds a way of dealing with her small-town misery after she discovers a roller derby league in nearby Austin. Gotta love that, subtly coded language. I love our IMDb synopsis when they're like, indie rock-loving misfit. And you're like, I get it. I see like what you did there.
In college, so I was in a sorority, and of course, good weird times, but there was this thing where you would have to, like, when you were pledging, I probably shouldn't say this, it's all secret, but you had to, like, describe one of the people in the sorority, and your pledge sisters needed to guess who it was. And for the gay ones, they'd always say, like, this sister marches to the beat of her own drum. Like, you know what I mean? They always would do the weirdest coded things to be like, that's the gay sister. You'd be like, oh, it's Courtney.
Yeah. Well, and that's how every IMDb synopsis we read is, too. They'll be like, a small town tomboy. And you're like, yeah.
Oh, God. So let's talk about our gay synopses. Yes. Kate, why don't you start us off? Sorry to put the pressure on you.
It's fine. I'm prepared. I would say a closeted lesbian living in a conservative small town finds a new family with a roller derby team.
Yes. Chosen family.
Chosen family.
All about that synopsis. All right. And Lee?
Okay, my synopsis, I feel like I have to continue because we just did Juno. And so, look, springboarding off of my Juno gay synopsis, I'm going to say this is Ellen Page has never played a straight character, the roller derby edition.
Yep.
Fair.
We talked about this extensively before we hit record.
Correct.
We did.
It's just true. It's just true.
What about you, Anissa? What's your gay synopsis?
I'm gonna read mine because I typed it out.
Okay.
Ooh, she's prepared.
We like the preparation.
I said, Bliss Cavender finds solace from her strict heteronormative upbringing with a badass group of queer roller derby women who encourage her to be whoever she wants to be.
Yes.
Wow.
Beautiful.
And who she wants to be.
Golf
is gay.
clapping for that. That is beautiful.
That's the
okay,
movie I
Ellie,
wanna
bring it on
see.
home. What do we got?
Well, mine is just roller derby focused, but and it's more of a question. How is there an entire movie about a roller derby team that only has one lesbian?
That's a great question. That is my question.
It makes no sense.
And the answer is Hollywood. That's why.
I'm like, I'm going to go on a rant, but I'm like, Drew,
Thank you.
She is a queer icon. And I want to think, this is my like headcanon for what happened with Drew Barrymore. She pitched this thing. She's like, you know what? Gay roller derby movie. Let's do it. Ellen Page is going to come out. Like, everyone on the team's gay. And then the producers were like, Drew, you can't do that.
Right. Should we
And
make
she's
it
like,
clear that she directed this movie?
Yes. Drew Barrymore is the director.
We just had to talk about Drew for no particular reason.
She's in it, but I mean, she also directed
She
it.
is in it. She did direct it. And as Ellie and I discovered recently because we just did this on Drunk Lesbians Watch with Amanda Holland, which if you haven't checked out that Drunk Lesbians Watch episode, we had a ton of fun. But she also definitely dated Ellen Page during this movie. That's what we landed on, right?
Drew Barrymore?
It's speculative. So did you see that article?
Sorry, can we just like jump right into this? Because
What?
I mean,
This is
Where they
blowing
were
my
making
mind.
out?
Yes.
I
The
remember.
look, hold on. No, wait. I'm going to Google the photos again because now I don't remember where we found them and I was drunk at the time. So hold on.
Right.
Just look up Whip It promotion. It's literally in the promo for Whip It. They did an interview and they're just pictures of them making out.
Oh, yeah, I remember this. It was all over Tumblr.
Okay,
Yes, and he's so
so
big on
I just so we can all share this now. If anyone else wants to join, just go Google Drew Barrymore, Ellen Page, Whippet photos. This is the first one that pops up. Yep. Oh, we should like screen capture Kate's face right now. Yeah, look, here. All I'm saying is it is wildly speculative and we have no details that anybody like doesn't know about we don't know any secrets. All I'm saying is like, come on.
Wow, these roller skating
Come
pictures too. The ones of them like in roller skates and
Yeah.
short
Yes. Yes.
And just like the
literally
way that
one human.
Ellen Page is holding Drew Barrymore.
I mean,
At the
just look
premiere.
look at these. Look at these photos. Like these are not straight women.
No, well, they aren't.
Wait, can
They
we
are
descri-
not.
I'll save this and we'll put it up on
Wait, let me try
on
to
the socials.
let me try to describe it
It's a
so
very
when people see it.
it's an indie rock bracelet she's
Yeah.
wearing.
Yes. Yes.
And Ellen Page is there in a white loose tank top with a black vest over it because of course.
Oh my god.
That's all she wears.
Drew Barrymore has some sort of like bow
Choker?
tie choker going on. I don't really know exactly what it is. Wow. But look, all I'm saying is they dated during this movie, right?
They're
like,
holding hands.
Everyone's right?
Yes. Yes.
I am on board with this. Now, my question is, did Drew Barrymore start dating her during this movie, or were they dating and she was like, I know what would be a great movie?
I would imagine they started dating during the movie.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I think there was also a quote from, I'm not sure if I'm going to get this exactly correct, but it was something about Drew saying that Ellen Page had an incredible body.
Oh yeah.
She,
Wow, this is all coming back to me now.
she's very
You're
petite.
welcome.
Ellen Page was like my first.
Well, you were
Like,
like 17 when this movie came out.
Yeah, but like when she was in like Hard Candy, I was like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay,
Also
who
not
is this?
also not straight in that one.
She shaved her head for like a different movie, but then that movie came out first, and I was just like, this girl is. I want to be her. I think, or she's not out yet, but I want to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Be her
Yeah.
or be with her or both.
Well, yeah.
The evergreen queer question that, there's no good answer.
I have a question for you, Anissa. Were you out when you were 17, or these were like submerged feelings for Ellen Page?
This just was inside Tumblr and myself in because I went to Catholic school for like kindergarten through 12th grade. So I was like,
We're starting to get a little bit into your experience with Whippet, which is where we like to start anyways. So, Anissa, anything more to kind of round out the context for us of you as we dig into this movie?
sure. Well, I was a big sports person. And so, like with Bended Like Beckham and all those movies with sports, I was just like, there needs to be more. This came really close. It came really close, but it wasn't like explicit. And so I was like, I bought it on DVD and I watch it every so often just to like, I think I was like the only that I knew of queer one on like whatever soccer team I was on or sports team I was on. And so I was like, there's a life outside of high school that people can express themselves and do whatever they want. And I think I could do that as well. And then I joined the rugby team in college.
People can express themselves and do it on wheels. I love it.
I love it.
What about you, Kate? What was your experience with the classic 2009 hit Whippet?
I don't remember the first time I saw it, actually. I don't know that I was completely aware of how gay it was when I first saw it, also because I was not aware of my gayness at the time. I think I just saw it because I saw June. I was like, oh, she did another movie. And then I was like, this seems cool. Roller derby. I wish I was like brave enough to do that. Have like watched it several other times after I realized I was gay. And then was like, wait, hold on. How did I miss all of this subtext here? I don't know that it was like the one that made the hugest impact on me, but I do know that anything with Ellen Page is never straight. So always good to revisit.
I want someone to do like a quick study of how many short-lived roller derby careers were started by this movie.
So many. Well, I was going to ask, do you guys have the thing where when you watch this movie, you constantly are coming up with roller derby names you could have?
Oh, yes.
Because
yes.
that's all I do the entire time I
Wait,
watch
so
it.
tell us, what are yours?
I've come up with several. This time I come up with a couple more. My go-to is always Skid Vicious, though.
Yes.
Nice.
But I was like, oh, Ellen Rage would be good.
Yes.
And then I was like, Shuri Fury, the Runaways reference.
What were the ones we came up with, Ellie? Do you remember any of them?
Well, remember there was one with Melissa Etheridge, but I can't remember.
I remember Melissa Etheridge.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that was good.
But there was another one that I can't...
That is good.
Payne Lynch. Payne Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
See,
we were trying to,
I didn't think of going with the lesbians. I should have.
Yeah, we were trying to go with, like, the gayest, like, whatever, like,
Payne
queer
McCutcheon. I was like, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes, that is like a niche in a niche right there.
Yeah.
Love it. Anissa, do you have names?
I think we talked about it, Kate, at work.
Well, those
one
were
day.
drag names.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember.
Similar.
Well,
But-
still, what's your drag name?
I think it was Taylor Switch.
Oh, yeah, Taylor Swift.
Nice.
Honestly, I feel like
Yes.
Taylor Switch could still work for a roller derby name. I've got some other good ones for you in the Cute and Gay later, but I won't spoil them.
Nice.
Yes, I'm so ready.
Okay, so should we do this, Ellie? Are we diving in?
Yeah, well, I don't think... Did you say your experience?
No, I didn't, but my experience is I watched it for the first time when we watched it with Amanda because I'm a terrible, terrible lesbian and I have no good excuse. So I
okay.
had never seen Whip It until a few
Like
months
June.
ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, I don't know how, it was one of those movies where I'm like, I feel like I don't need to, like, I know everything about it, you know, and then I just never got around to watching it, so I apologize. We do too many Should Have Been Gays that I have not seen. I'm so sorry.
You watch it and you realize that you should have been watching it this whole time. So I feel like I had a similar thing to Kate where, like, I can't remember the time I watched it when I was straight, but I loved watching it when I was gay. And when we watched it with Amanda, it made me feel so powerful. Like, I don't know, like, just watching all of them, I was like, these are some powerful women.
You wanted to kick some ass.
Yeah, it
They
really,
do-
like, revs you up.
They do well with the whole shooting of the roller derby sequences. I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm in it. Have you ever been to an actual roller derby game?
Yes, I have. And it's amazing and very gay. That's why
Yes.
I'm like, it's like every person there was gay. Like in the audience, I don't know what you call it, the crowd. in the crowd, the theater kid in me. Like the actual roller derby people.
Yes.
The roller people. I don't know.
Wow, you
derby
sound like
girls?
such a veteran, Ellie.
I know it all. I've only been to one game, but it was really cool.
Ellie describing roller derby. Me on the stage and the audience cheering for us. Everyone was gay.
Yeah.
The roller people and the audience people, all
Yes.
gays.
All of
I
them.
went with all my gay friends, so.
What position did you play?
I didn't play. You said I played? I said I went.
What?
No, I could never do roller derby. I am
I would pay money to watch you try it, though.
number one, these limbs, clumsy as hell. Number two, horrible pain tolerance. You know, they say like redheads have really bad pain tolerance. That is actually, I think, accurate for me. I bruise easily, and even when I get a haircut, I cry.
We could toughen you up. Come on. If Ellen Page can do it, anyone can.
Yeah, I read somewhere that they all pretty much skated themselves through all of like the shots.
Well, one of them's an actual like stunt woman.
Oh yeah,
So
Bloody Holly.
What is it? Yeah,
Zoe
Bloody
Bell,
Holly.
I think her
Yeah.
name is. She's in like Death Proof.
She's one of the coolest ones. Not gonna lie. But yes, Lee, now we can dive in. Let's do it.
Where we go?
Okay.
But
Okay,
yes,
so,
45 minutes
enlighten me.
later.
Yeah, I know. And let's just, because I'm dying to know who should be gay in this movie.
All of them.
Just such an open question.
All of them, I agree.
Who shouldn't be gay is the
Yeah.
question.
Let's answer that question.
Marcia
Who
Gay
should
Harden
be gay?
should be gay. in that
Isn't
movie.
gay. It might be the question.
And I was like,
asked.
are we gonna go with the mother?
Yeah.
Is she also gay?
Jimmy
Did you see her
Fallon's
her workout?
Jimmy
fit?
Fallon.
Her work outfit.
She's a postal worker, which she makes it look kind of gay.
We do have a lot of postal workers in our audience, so
And then there's
Let
like
us-
that whole
yeah.
like
We respect you.
the history with like her mom being hard on her,
Sitting there smoking out the window with her husband. I'm like, that's
yeah,
pretty
there's
gay.
definitely a little bit of that repressed thing of like, well, I didn't get to be gay, so you don't.
Yeah.
Wow, I really didn't think we were going to start with the mother, but I'm loving where it's going.
I mean, look, if we're going to start with the mother, the actress is Marcia Gay Harden.
Yep.
Gay's right there.
Which I think she did an amazing job being this mom.
great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
I thought you were going to say she did an amazing job being gay.
That too.
Wait, we don't know her process, maybe. In her process, it was
The backstory.
that she made up for herself.
Fair.
I would die sometimes to hear, because there have to be times where people are playing characters who were not necessarily explicitly written as gay, but like you're playing them gay. Like there's no way that you sat down and were like, let me figure out who this character is and how they stand and talk and walk, and like nobody comes up with like, what's her name in Ocean's 8? What's
Kate Blanchett?
Yeah, what's her? But I don't remember the character's name. But Kate Blanchett's character in Ocean's 8, like nobody sits down and comes up with that as a straight character and is like, "This is how I'll play her." Like, no, not a chance. And I know like they'll never come out and say it, but I just want like a secret tally of like, I was playing her gay, obviously.
I've been watching Gilmore Girls again lately, and Michelle. How is it possible that man is not gay? Like that character has to be.
He's gay.
He is.
There's no chance. I'm sorry.
Is he not gay?
No, he constantly talks about women.
Yeah, explicitly he is never written to be gay.
But that
and
man,
you watch the show and you're just like, come on.
That's his backstory. He's super good friends with his mom. There's no way.
You're right. You're
There's
right.
No way.
There's no way. Wow, that just
Find
blew
me
my
a straight
mind.
man who cares that much about his suits.
I bet we could find someone, but still.
That's true.
Find me a straight man who wants those dogs that he ends up with at the end of that show.
Chin-chin and
Non-existent. Yeah. Non-existent.
God.
Okay? That's all I'm going to say. So I think, an argument could be made. Maybe Marcia Gay Harden was playing the mom gay.
I'm trying to think of someone that I think might have been straight in this movie. And okay.
It's tough.
I'm okay with Kristen Wiig having been straight, honestly. I think she might be the only one that I'm like, yeah, she seemed a little straight.
A little.
Who's the terrible dude she tries to date? He's probably straight.
Does she try to date a dude?
No, you're talking about Ellen Page.
Oh, yeah.
Ellen Page. Yeah, I could see him being straight. I've already forgotten his name because that's how completely uninterested in his character I was.
Oliver.
Yeah. In my mind, I made him a woman, so I don't know. I forgot he existed.
If I were to be attracted to any of the men in the movie, it would be him, I guess.
Sure. Because
there's not too much to go with.
It's also like the first indicator of we need to come up with a name for this. Like it has happened in so many movies that like stand-in boyfriend character when a character's clearly gay. If you as a queer woman are attracted to them, they're probably a stand-in.
Mm-hmm. That's totally fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if you're a bisexual woman and you're attracted to them, it's like, well, there's probably, something a little queer about them, and that's why you're into it.
Mm-hmm.
But is he, like, if he was a stand-in for a lesbian, is he a Shane type of lesbian?
I don't know if he's that much of a fuckboy, for lack of a better word.
Well, doesn't he cheat on her on tour?
He kind of does, right?
He kind of does. He doesn't.
Yeah.
We don't know the full story behind that. She's just mad at him because he doesn't call. But
yeah. But that's I feel like
I don't know if he's a full Shane.
A product.
He's like half Shane.
He's a half Shane.
That's fair.
A half Shane. What is it called when you do like a half something? It's like in snowboarding or something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
180?
A fakie?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a lesbian roller derby move is the half Shane.
Yeah.
She's rolling around doing the half Shane.
I'd watch that.
Dead. Okay, so we can probably agree that he's one of our only straight characters. So let's talk about all the other characters who are gay.
Can we start at the top?
I mean,
let's start at the top.
Do we want to start with the most obvious, which is our protagonist?
Yeah.
I mean, please.
Sure.
Bliss? Do we want to talk about Bliss?
Ellen Page is incapable of playing a straight character. I think it's like physically impossible. Science has proven it cannot happen.
So I feel like the biggest thing, I'm like, let's just start from the beginning. The biggest thing with Bliss is we start at the pageant and they're just forcing her into heteronormative activities that she hates.
We need like a comp het jingle is what I'm starting to notice.
Yes. Add it to the list. And then she is in Hot Topic, right? Or like some sort of equivalent of Hot Topic.
Spencer's. Something like that. Yeah.
Which we have actually someone tweeted at us
someone
today
just
that
tweeted
Hot Topic
us.
belongs to the gays. And I really just want to run with that.
I'd say Hot Topic circa 2000 to 2010 belongs to the gays.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically.
Yes.
Early aughts Hot Topic
Yes.
is queer culture.
Yes.
Even if I don't buy anything there, I just walk in because it's just attractive
Sure.
to me.
So many gauge
'cause
earrings.
The people in there, you're like, yeah, you get me. So she basically joins roller derby because she sees hot women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part. When they roll in and she's like watching them like what else can you take that as? Like, why would she be that invested in just these women who rolled into the store?
Well, and she has that exact moment of like, do I want to be those girls or do I want to be with those girls
All of
or
the above.
both of those things? Yeah, it is 100% all of the above. That is the moment that she has, like, very clearly. And that's why I love movies like this, where, like, they don't... The thing is, I mean, yes, like, Ellen Page, it doesn't matter how you write her character, she's going to be gay. But they also wrote her a gay character.
Yes.
So it's like, you know, it's like compounding itself in there. It's just getting worse that, like, she has no interest in straight stuff. She doesn't want to wear her dresses. She doesn't want to do the pageant. She wants to go hang out with those hot girls on roller skates over there, please and thank you.
After she buys her really gay boots.
Yes.
Oh, the boots.
Yeah. That's what she's doing.
Start it all.
Buying the boots.
The look that she gets when they roll on into that head shop is like if you see somebody that's like the love of your life, like she just like can't like breathe, and then she's just like blushing and like shy. I feel like that's what you do when you see somebody that you like.
I know that they dub over it with this like awesome song, but what I need is someone to like recut that where you just have over the top of it ba-da-da-da-da-da. Like that's what I want playing as she watches all of the roller derby girls skate up. Is just like that moment. I want like Prince Charming has entered the ball.
Love theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much. And then, all right, well, I feel like we should also talk about Pash.
Yes.
Because, like, they're a queer couple.
And they're, like, a darn cute one, too.
I kind of like them as friends, though. Like, I think of them as, like, a Shane and Alice type, like... I don't think that there's any sexual tension there. I just think that they're, like, really good queer friends, and I like that for them.
I can vibe on that, too, as long as they're both gay.
Right. No, they're absolutely both gay. It's just, they don't want each other. Like me and Anise.
But also they'd be so cute together. And they work together and they spend all their time together and then they dance together and then she wants her to come watch her play roller derby.
Yeah, basically me and Kate.
Totally.
Yes.
I should play roller derby all the time.
Wait, you play roller derby?
No.
No.
Okay. She plays rugby.
I played rugby.
Oh, I mean, it's similar.
Yeah.
I
Just
looked
not
into
on the
roller derby, but...
I have a question for you.
Sure.
What's the percentage of queer people on your team?
Okay. In college, when I first joined, I joined my second year. It was like 30% queer, 70% straight.
Okay.
And then my second year, either people started like being curious and like we got new people coming in. It eventually it went to like 80-20.
And 80 was the gay?
Yes, 80 was the gay. And there's a lot of intermingling. There's a lot of webs that cross one another.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Where did you play rugby?
I played at UC Santa Barbara.
I really feel like it's the same, though, with roller derby. I would anticipate it to be 80-20.
Yes.
It's just
And
rugby
I am
on
dating
skates.
some. Yeah, my girlfriend was on the team with me.
Makes sense. I'm like, this is so relatable. It's like just like my a cappella group, but like I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, my girlfriend was on the diving team with me, and there was a lot more to do about it there than I think there would have been on a rugby team, okay?
I don't know. It's just like something about a group of women like playing a sport or or doing something together, like you just get really close to all these people, and I don't know, sometimes you just develop feelings that you didn't know were there before.
Do you know what it is, Ellie?
What?
It's homosocial.
Yes. Roller derby is definitely homosocial.
Yes, absolutely.
For sure.
So is rugby. Let us take one hot second. We'll hear from some sponsors. We're going to be right back to talk more about all of the gay in roller derby. Okay. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. And as we head into Thanksgiving time, I want to start by thanking my wife, Kelsey, who has not only listened to just about every episode of this podcast for 8 seasons now, but who also is the only reason I'm able to make time to record it every week. She takes the kids, gets them dinner, and gets them ready for bed, just so that Ellie and I can come on and yell about gay things into each other's faces for an hour. So here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people you're grateful for in your life, including yourself. I've been in therapy for a long time now, and one thing that's so important about therapy is how it teaches you to be more intentional. And being intentional about gratitude and how to show that to the people you appreciate is just one of the many benefits that I've gotten from therapy over the years. If you've been thinking of starting therapy, consider giving BetterHelp a try. I know how hard it can be to find time for regular therapy, and BetterHelp is designed to be flexible and convenient for your schedule. You can fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you want to start being more intentional about gratitude in your life, visit betterhelp.com/letshangout today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/letshangout.
Let's hang out.
For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. And when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm. For many businesses, the holiday season can be both an exciting and stressful time. With so many balls in the air, one thing you definitely want to know you can rely on is how you're selling your products. And with Shopify, you can rest easy knowing it's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. And when it comes to successful brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, an often overlooked secret is all the things that go on behind the scenes that make selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, if you take a peek behind that curtain, you'll see that Shopify is what makes it all possible. Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%, so that's more happy customers and way more sales going. It's true all the time, but especially this time of year, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use for Realm merch with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
So other than Bliss and Patch, who I think we're going to talk a little bit more about, but I just want to make sure that we don't get like too lost in the weeds here, because there's so many characters that we need to talk about in this movie that should have been gay. So can we go through like our roller derby lineup quickly?
Okay, so I feel like we should talk about the one person who's actually gay. And that's Rosa Sparks.
Yes.
And tell me if I'm misremembering this. They're in the hot tub. Do they ever kiss?
No.
No.
But I forgot that they even addressed that anyone might be gay. So when I saw that, I was like pleasantly surprised. But also,
one brief little moment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, she's with Eva Destruction, which is like the blonde woman who's on a different team. But I guess they're acknowledging that they're a thing, but nowhere else.
But
Inter-team
even then,
dating.
It is like the quintessential like 2000s movie where they could only do it in the context of like the male gaze. And it's like they literally wrote Jimmy Fallon's character just to be there to be into lesbians.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's interloping the entire time. So they don't ever get to kiss because they would be like doing it for him at that point. So they ruin it.
It is like the most go-to move of like, they're not gay, they're just, getting attention for it, possibly. And you're like, womp womp, just nobody needs this.
I know. But
nobody needs the man in this scene, okay?
I do love that Rosa Sparks is gay, though. And I'm like, let's just like keep that in our hearts of like, yes, Eve, you play an amazing gay
Do we
woman.
know
Hold on to
what
that.
Eve's situation is?
In real life?
Mm-hmm. I don't either.
I don't think we do.
I'm curious now, though.
I think she could.
But boy, can we speculate.
Oh, yeah. Wildly.
We're so good at that.
Very
Her arms.
Oh, yeah.
That
To
paw
find out.
tattoo.
Yes. All right, she's married, but that doesn't change anything. But,
Right. Could be.
But she is married to a man. It's okay, Eve. We still love your character in this.
Still great at playing queer, whether she is or not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So I love that, but they definitely need to give us more. Let's talk about Iron Maiden, because in my opinion, she's one of the gayest characters.
The number one. The number
Those
one.
deep
Probably
V's.
I think the number one. Even more than Bliss.
She's the one that Bliss should end up with, as far as I'm concerned. However, they do us a disservice by making Bliss so young, because it makes it kind of creepy.
True.
This is why we need like sequels to all these movies where you just like, look, fast forward like 4 or 5 years where it's less problematic and we've had some self-realizations,
Yeah.
Because there is tension there.
Absolutely. But 17 and 36 that's not great.
Yeah.
It's not. But also, how old was Ellen Page when she actually filmed this?
I think it's about 21, 22.
To make us feel a little bit better about Drew Barrymore and Ellen Page's relationship as well.
Yeah.
She's my age. So she was like 22. I mean, come on.
Right. Drew Barrymore is younger than everybody always assumes just because she's been around forever. But she's still, not 22 in this movie.
But yes, the sexual tension between Juliette Lewis and Ellen Page is fucking insane in this movie.
But Juliette Lewis is kind of doing this thing where she's exuding the sexual energy, and it kind of could go to anyone, to put it no matter who she was with. So they could make it go to Kristen Wiig even. I feel like there could be tension between her and pretty much anyone.
True.
It's like anytime you write those characters who are just kind of angry all the time, but you don't want, it's like they don't ask them to actually be mad, and so they just come off with this flirty, confrontational, aggressive type of behavior, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, you're like, I'll take it.
Sure.
I'll take it. It's fine. Especially because then they always make them catty, right? That's what they're doing. They're making her catty with the other girls, and you're like, sure, why not? You can be rawr, be catty.
make out.
I'm here for it.
Should we talk about the girl fight?
Yes, please.
Like, just offering that up. That's all I wanted to say. Girl fight.
There's multiple, though. It's roller derby. There's, like, a lot of girl fighting.
Well, the one, it's like the food. Is it a food
the food
fight?
fight.
Because that started between, right?
Yeah.
Iron Maiden and...
Yeah.
There's like a shot in there where you see Iron Maiden on top of Ellen Page's character, and she's like she's like laughing and smiling and like the happiest gay person that's ever been in the movie.
I'm
so happy to have pinned her to the ground.
And that's a scene that begs for a kiss right there.
Sure.
I'm saying.
Or more.
Or more. In the middle of a restaurant with your entire teams around you. Why not?
Why not? Why not?
In a normal...
I say as though nobody out there in the roller derby world probably has a story to report back to us.
What I'm
Email
saying.
us
Yeah,
at
please.
letshangoutpod@gmail.com.
I want to know. You have to forward that to me.
We want the sordid
Yes.
details, is all we're saying, okay? Yeah, I can see it. No, it is. I mean, I think there's a lot of scenes in this movie because it is focusing on, like, this dramatic tension between these teams and the teammates and all the people, and they're all women. And so you get this kind of like, you know, they're all hot and hate each other. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? Toss food at each other. Go nuts. Do it up, ladies. Do what you gotta do.
So anything else gay about Iron Maiden? Besides everything?
Everything is about her is gay.
Everything.
The name
Everything
Iron
about
Maiden
her.
is even pretty
Yeah.
gay. Of
Yeah.
a specific type. Like, you're going to go for an Iron Maiden reference.
Okay, here's the problem is I thought that we had watched this recently enough that I just like remembered a lot of it, and now I'm realizing like I was maybe a little more inebriated than I thought, and this is late in the movie, so I can't actually remember anything that they say to each other. But I feel like their like ending confrontation thing felt very gay. Was that just me? I don't remember anything that was said.
Yeah, it was I'll teach you.
Yes, that one.
The
Yeah.
jump
It was super.
She's like, oh, okay.
They're going on
Yeah.
a date soon.
catch me
Yeah.
in 2 years or a year when I turn 18.
For real.
That's literally what happened.
You know, Iron Maiden has it like in her calendar, right? Like,
her birthday.
Oh my god. She's like, Bliss's 18th birthday. Call
oh,
her.
it's so problematic, but I'm sticking with it.
That's so bad.
Why is this in your calendar? No reason.
No reason. She like shows up with a little cupcake for her with like one little candle in it. Come on.
And then they blow it out
And then she
together like in
smashes
Buffy.
it.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I was like going for completely different.
And then they
throws it
start
at her.
another
I like that
fight.
too.
It's extra flamey.
I know, 2 completely different scenes, but I love it. I also love how I flailed. I always do this. I like flail my arms on a podcast. Like nobody can see me. It's fine. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Smashley, which is our Drew Barrymore character. What do we think about Smashley Simpson?
I 100% Smashley Simpson is a disaster buy.
Yes.
That's what I'm going with. She just like that's her energy in this.
She's crazy in the best
She's
way.
crazy. She's crazy.
I feel like she's doing something like her whole relationship with Seth Green. Sorry, not Seth Green.
Oh,
He's
Tom
the Chad.
Green?
Tom Green.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chad was great.
The Chad. That's how I feel her whole relationship with him was, like her jumping on that guy at the party and beating him up. I'm like, I feel like you did that.
But it's also just like the way they wrote her, like I feel like she would 100% be the type of person to be like, I don't care, like gender's meaningless. I see people and energies, and like I feel like that would be very, very Smashley in this, you know?
It's so Smashley. I can vibe on that.
They almost wrote her too dumb though.
What about Bloody Holly, who's Zoe Bell?
Her number is 69. I saw it. I like looked at her helmet. I was like, her number is 69. No, she's like, yeah.
Case closed.
Done.
I think she's pansexual. I think she would,
Ended.
whatever. She doesn't care. She's like, anyone can get it.
She just really loves
Yes.
derby. She's like that one athlete that's like, I'm an athlete.
I feel like she would be the one that like all the questioning girls in the roller derby world would like have their crush on her first.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
She's very
She's the
confident.
starter gay.
Mm-hmm.
She's a good one.
Or if they're a little less confident, Iron Maven. That's where I would see people falling, you know?
You're either an Iron Maven or a Bloody Holly girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You respect yourself a little more if you like
Right.
Bloody Holly.
That's like where I'm. Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
where
I
I'm
guess I
landing with
don't
this.
respect myself. God damn it.
In relationship with Iron Maiden.
We're learning a lot about ourselves tonight, Ellie.
Maybe not sexually, just like, if you want to be in a relationship, Iron Maiden is not the one to go with.
Valid, yes. But everything else is acceptable.
I mean, to be fair, like, not a lot of people in this movie seem like they would make excellent girlfriends. I'm going with that, but...
Well, what about Maggie Mayhem? I feel like she would be a good girlfriend, but she's got a lot going on.
She does.
But she's very caring.
Yes.
She's very maternal. And
Yes.
I mean, that makes sense because she's a single mom and she's dealing with all of that. But I feel like she has such a nice, like, maternal, helpful figure in Bliss's life. So I don't want to make things weird and gay between them.
Yeah.
She's probably the one I would have a crush on, though. If I were her.
Oh,
if
yeah.
I were Bliss,
I
I'd be like,
love Kristen Wiig anyway.
Yeah.
I feel very taken care of.
Yes.
But she does
Strong
give
mommy
good advice.
energy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She gives her good advice, Bliss good advice about her family and chosen family. And
I know. I do feel like she is like that, like, if we're going to make her gay, she's like the elder gay who's like, let me teach you, like, not teach you, like, let me date you and teach you. Like, let me teach you about, like, what life is like here. Like, here's what you got to do. Like, stick with your family and, like, everything's going to be fine.
I feel like I could see Maggie Mayhem and Smashley Simpson, like, ending up together.
Oh, I'd be into that so hard.
Right? Because it's like, she'd be there to, like, balance it out and, like, bail her out of, like, whatever she gets into and, like, bake her cookies and take her home and be like, oh, let me bandage up whatever you have done to yourself.
yeah.
Yes.
And then we'll, like, go to bed. They'd be cute. I could see it.
She's like what is it in Girl Scouts? They're like the mom.
Oh, troop leader, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see
I could see that. Okay, who else? If we're going to start talking ships, though, who else do we... I could ship them. Who else do we ship? Who's your ship in this?
Okay.
Come on, everyone be honest.
Mine is Bliss and Iron Maven. I'm sorry, it's problematic, but that's it.
I agree with that 100%.
Like, I can't.
I feel like I love Bliss and Pash, but
Yeah.
I would want Bliss and Iron Maven in the sequel. That's where I'm at.
I actually think that Bliss and Corby, if I were to make this like a gay movie, I'd make Corby like super gay. Because she did plant those 2 naked dolls in Bliss's locker, and they shared a bed together when they were young.
Wow, that's a deep cut, Anissa.
Dude, I literally watched this movie and I was like, okay, I'm ready. And then I like looked at it with like the gayest lens and I was like, yeah, Corby.
I like that. I actually really like that.
I completely forgot about Corby. So Corby's the pageant person, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there was some
Corby's like the popular
The mean girl.
There was some real unresolved shit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
They
They
used to
should
be,
really...
like, really close.
Corby is the Quinn Fabray to Bliss's
Rachel Berry.
misunderstood Rachel.
I'm into it. Wow, I forgot about that, and that honestly is the top ship. But I'm going to say Bliss and Iron Maven, and their ship name is... Well, maybe
Blaven.
I was going to say Blaven, but also we could go with Babe Ruthless and Iron Maven. So, like, Iron Ruthless... No, I don't know. Babe Maven? I don't know.
Babe Maven. Yeah, it's so hard when, like, all we have to go on is, like, the derby names for so many people right now.
I mean, even though they're sort of great, though.
Yeah, we don't know her actual name.
What's her
Iron
real
Maven.
name?
I don't know what Iron Maven's actual name is.
Do we know what any of their real names
I don't
are?
think we get it, yeah.
I don't think we get anyone's.
I think she's listed as Iron
Kind of
Maven.
messed up.
That's honestly great. Even the ones that like were there the whole time. We have
Maggie.
no
I was
clue
like,
what
is that
their
even
names
your
are.
name? Maggie?
All right, so we have Bliss and Iron Maven, and then
She's credited on IMDb as Iron Maven, so
Yeah.
couldn't tell you.
what's Bliss and Corby's ship name?
Blibby.
I love it. I'm so into it.
Or
Okay, look, I'm gonna say for Bliss and Pash, we
Corbus.
have to say Blash because the alternative is Piss, and that's bad.
okay, yeah.
Or great.
I personally would make Oliver
It's
a woman if I was
Okay,
just
great.
gonna do it over.
I love
but even
that.
as a woman, he'd be terrible. He'd be like the worst girlfriend.
Still, I'd still watch it though.
for Bloliver.
Oliver.
I love that Bliss gives us some really great ship name options. Are there any other like burning gay things that we need to talk about? That sounds like an STD. Sorry. Are there any gay things we need to talk about before we finish?
I need to name Smashley and Maggie's ship name.
Okay.
And I don't know what to do with it because
Schmaggy?
their names are ridiculous
Yeah,
together,
Schmaggy.
right?
Schmaggy.
Okay. We'll do Schmaggy.
I'm for Schmaggy. I feel like also, before we wrap up, I just have like, this is an overarching thing. We've talked about all the gay people in this movie in general. But for me, Whippet is such a metaphor of a coming out story.
Oh, God, yes.
She's hiding this part of herself from her family. And then, like, finally, she tells them about it. And she's like, I love it. It, like, makes me feel like me. And at first, they're like, oh, we can't support you. And then they figure it out. I'm like, it's all just a big metaphor for coming out as gay.
Agreed. Yeah,
the way that the parents' reaction is written, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole scene with Maggie and Bliss in the car and Maggie talking about like chosen family, like they spoke about that in the same way that you would be talking about actually finding a queer chosen family. So it's almost like they wrote a queer story and then extracted all of the queerness out of it.
Yep.
Yes.
Like it took effort to change it into a non-queer story.
Which is why it is still a queer story to anyone who watches it who's queer.
Yes.
Yes. Agreed. So I feel like we all can agree that Whippet should have been gay.
Should have been gay.
Absolutely.
Q and gay.
All right, it's time for our Q and gay. Let's do this. So we're going to ask
so
you
ready.
some multiple choice or yes or no questions. And Anissa and Kate, you can both answer. So you decide who goes first. It's okay. So question number 1. Have you ever played roller derby? Yes or no?
Anissa? I have not. I can't skate.
It's okay. But we have a rugby player here similar.
When we teach Ellie, we'll teach you too. Don't worry.
Oh, God.
Question 2. What would your derby name be out of the following choices? A. Rapunzel. B. Gorticia Adams. C. Little Gurmaid. Or D. Sylvia Wrath.
I think mine would be Little Gurmaid.
I love it.
I'm going with
I love how
Sylvia Wrath.
serious. Yes.
100% Sylvia Wrath.
I tried to find, like, I looked up the gayest derby names and then I couldn't find a list of them. So I just found, like, the best ones. And those were some good ones. I like Rapunzel. It just, like, sounds funny to me. All right. Question number 3. Who's your favorite member of the Hurl Scouts? A. Smashley Simpson. B. Rosa Sparks. C. Maggie Mayhem. Or D. Babe Ruthless.
Rosa Sparks.
Nice.
A fine answer.
Yeah, I also would choose Rosa Sparks. I feel like we didn't see enough of her. I would like to get to know her better.
Yes, and she's our only canon gay character.
Absolutely.
I know.
Justice
we need
for
more.
Rosa.
We need a sequel that follows up and focuses on Rosa Sparks and Bliss and Iron Maven.
Yes.
Name TBD. That's all.
Blaven.
Question 4. What position would you play if you played roller derby? A. Jammer. B. Blocker. Or C. Pivot.
I don't know what a pivot does.
What does a pivot do?
I think a pivot does both.
Oh, so switch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
switch.
Pivot for me. I'm a
Taylor
pivot.
Switch.
Taylor Switch pivot.
Nice.
The best
Nice.
pivot.
Sure. I couldn't do any of them, honestly.
You can.
I can't stand on skates, and I also am scared of playing. So,
It's okay.
but pivot just for the switch factor, I guess.
I love it. All right, question number 5. What do you think the average ratio of gay to straight is on most roller derby teams? A, and so the first number is gay and the second number is straight. A, 0 to 100. B, 25 to 75. C, 50-50. Or D, 100-0.
D.
I'm gonna also
Final
go.
answer?
Hey, are we judging it based upon like, have you ever done anything with a woman? Because I feel like it's 100-0.
Yes.
If that's
Yes.
the case.
Yes.
Also,
Feel it.
I know Ellie's already called herself out for waving your arms around that nobody can see. I feel like I just need to highlight for everybody how seriously, Anissa, you are answering these questions. I feel like every single time you like lean into your mic, and I want you to be like, D, final answer.
Yes.
I love.
Lock it in.
I love
Yes.
multiple choice questions about sports.
Yes. Oh my God. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Of course.
And talking about all of the gay things. Where can our listeners find your TikTok?
Could Be Gayerrr with 3 R's.
3 R's, very important.
3 R's is important. We have an Instagram where we post all of the same stuff, plus like a little bit of extra stuff, but mostly TikTok.
Very exciting, and you really want to check that out because they make me laugh all the time.
Was the TikTok a quarantine occurrence or was it pre-quarantine?
Honestly, I think we started talking about doing something similar to this. We originally had thought about doing basically your podcast.
You could do another one of our podcasts.
It's a great idea.
Too many.
It exists. So I think there was like a week where I was like, Anissa, we should make a TikTok. So she's like,
yeah, I had just downloaded TikTok and I was like, what is this? It's fun. And then we literally just did it and it was like, oh, cool.
I love it so much. Well, if you do decide to make a podcast, let us know too, because we'll also let everyone know.
Awesome. Thank you for the support. And thanks for having us. This was fun.
Let me hear you say hip, 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 well, yeah.
We love hearing from you and building our community, so we want to shout out some of our favorite things each episode. And I would like to shout out Agnes, who messaged us on Instagram with their cover of I Kissed a Girl, but gayer. So if you thought that I Kissed a Girl couldn't get gayer, you were wrong. And I just want to say thank you, Agnes, for continuing the tradition of making gay things even gayer.
There is like no more surefire way to our hearts than to send us anything but gayer.
Yes.
Whatever it is, just tell us you made it a little bit gayer.
Yes.
And we are sold.
It also works so well for this episode because it was with Could Be Gayerrr.
Amazing. I Kissed a Girl. Could Be Gayerrr.
Everything could be gayer.
We also want to shout out a Twitter user, Spretzer, who tweeted at us and sent us a whole bunch of some lesbian musicals that we could check out. So, yes, we do want all the lesbian musicals, please, and thank you.
Yes. And some of those musicals, if you all want to check them out, are Love and Hate Nation, The Breakup Notebook, A Letter to My Ex, and My Mother's Lesbian Jewish Wiccan Wedding. Which sounds, I mean, just by the title alone, has to be amazing.
We have our research cut out for us right now.
Yes, we're going to dig in. And as always, we want to thank our Lesbian Jesus patrons, Mark Foster,
Jess Klaus,
Tanya Ferguson,
Danny Griswold,
Jacqueline Rose Nishino,
Sarah and Julia,
Carrie Ann Lawrence,
Danny Gunlock Tamora,
Brittany Ray,
Alana Rosen,
and Tara Gleason.
And our King Princess patrons, Amy and Ellen,
Leah Henley,
Liz Chen,
and Wendy K. Bartlett. Thank you for the support. As always, we love all of you, and we love hanging out with you. Remember, you can also find us on all the social medias, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Let's Hang Out Pod.
You can email us at letshangoutpod@gmail.com.
Or check out our website at letshangoutpod.com.
Whatever app you use to listen to podcasts, make sure that you subscribe, and that way you'll get new episodes as soon as they go up.
We're also posting videos on our YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe at youtube.com/letshangoutpod to catch them. We have some musical updates on there you're going to want to check out.
If you want to help support the podcast, the first way that you can do that, that's easy and free, is to go on the Apple Podcasts app, leave us a rating and a review. It helps new people find the podcast.
If you want to help support us financially, you can do that at bit.ly/lespatreon. We love hanging out with all of you in our Discord, hanging out with our Les Essentials watch parties. You get ad-free episodes, and it's just an overall wonderful place to be.
You can also check out our merch. We have all sorts of designs. We've got more holidays coming up, so, maybe some new Christmas designs might be appearing soon. And you can get those on tees, on sweatshirts, on totes, on mugs for your, hot chocolate as we get into the cold seasons. You can find that at bit.ly/lesshop.
And if you want to support our musical, we are still crowdfunding, and we would love for you to help us get over that final push. You can do that at bit.ly/theflamethemusical.
If you want to follow us individually, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at LSH Foster.
And you can find me at Ellie Brigida on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. With that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lee. And let's hang out again soon.
Let's hang out.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent, and I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know, I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode, I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast. And with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.